Okay, good morning, students. This is Sridhar, Ramchandra College of Engineering. So now already we discussed about the system design through Verilog subject first unit, some of the topics. Now in the first unit, I'd like to discuss about the whatever the leftover topics. That leftover topic is the data types. Okay, so what are the classifications of the data types in our Verilog language? So data types can be classified into the how many types here? So data types can be classified into the four types here. So what are those four types here? Value set data types, nuts, registers, and vectors. So these are the different types of data types used in our programming language. Okay, now I'll discuss about that. So first of all, I'd like to discuss about the value set. So generally, to assign the any port, we assign the value to the any port. We are using the functionally the real hardware conditions in a circuits. We have four types of value sets we have. So what are those values? First one is the logic 0, logic 1, unknown value, and high impedance value here. So these values only can be assigned to the any port in our HDL language. Okay, and next one is the next type of data type is the nets here. So what is meant by net here? It is a physical connection between the two hardware elements. Okay, so you suppose if there is any physical connection between the gate 1 and gate 2, simply that physical connection can be termed it as the net here. Okay, now generally net does not stores any value. Okay, generally these nets can be declared with the keyword by using the while in our HDL language. So whenever we want to describe the physical connection in our hardware description language, that physical connection can be described by using the wire here. So what is the default size here? Default size is the 1 bit here. Okay, next one. So what are the examples for the wires? So wires can be declared. A is the wire here. Okay, out is a one wire. Okay, like that we can declare it as the wire in our HDL language here. So next one is the resistor. So what is the purpose of the resistor here? It is a one of the data type used in our HDL language here. So it is used to model the hardware memory elements or registers here. So generally the keyword is the used in our HCL language is the REG is the one of the keyword here. Okay. So generally let us see the some of the examples of the registers. So P can be declared as a resistor. So that means it holds some values. Okay. Next one is let us explain about the resistor by using this HCL Verilog HCL language here. Okay, so reset here, reset can be declared as the register element here. Okay, next one is the vectors. What are the vectors? So vectors, already we know that the vectors, some group of elements. So in our Verilog language, nets or register data types can be declared as the vectors here. More number of bits. More number of bits can be declared as the vectors. In simply I can say that more number of bits. If bit width is not specified, the bit not specified, then default value can be taken it as the one scalar. Let us see the one of the examples for this vector. So if you observe this 7 down to 0, so that means the bus width, the width of the bus is the 8 bits here. So this is one vector here. If you observe this 7 down to 0 is the one vector here. That can be described this B naught, bus 0, bus 1, bus 2, bus 3, bus 4, bus 5, bus 6, bus 7. All those values can be accumulated, can be defined by using this simple definition only. So this is one of the convenient method using our HDL language here. Okay, next one is the some of the addressing vectors. Here we see the just examples of the vectors here. So let us see the addressing methods. So here I am using the if suppose bus A9. So that means we're having 9 or 10th bit of vector bus A from LSB. Okay, in that way, we can define as the addressing vectors here. Okay, so similarly, arrays are registers and nets here that can be defined as the similar example. Whatever the example we discussed in the earlier side, same example can be described in this slide also. Okay, next one is our next type of data type in our Verilog HTML is the integer. So integer values are declared by the keyword is known as the integer here. It stores the value as signed quantities. Okay, so what is the default width of the integer value here? 32 bit, 32 bit here, width here. So this can be defined by using the keyword is known as the integer. So this is one of the data type used in our Verilog language here. Next type of data type in our HDL language is the real type. So these real values are declared by using the keyword is known as a real keyword. Okay, when real value is assigned to an integer number, the real number gets rounded off to the nearest integer here. Okay, for example, real delta. So it is rounded to the nearest integer value here. Now let us talk about the time. Time is also one of the data type used in our Verilog HDL. A special time register data type is used to store the simulation time here. So what is the default width of the host machine specific at least 64 bits width here. Okay, so let us see the some of the example. So this can be explained by using the dollar time keyword. Okay, so this is the one of the example here. So display the time here. I am using the sim underscore time dollar time here. Automatically it display the time. Okay, and the next one is known as the arrays. Already we know that in our C language we know about the arrays. Arrays is nothing but the group of elements. Group of elements belongs to the same data type here. So similar in our Verilog language, it having some arrays, but instead of the declaration used in C language, it having the another syntax representation in our Verilog language here. So let us see the what is the syntax of the arrays used in our Verilog HTML. So arrays can be declared as the first of all we have to define the data type. So after that we have to define the element size. So after that we have to define the array name and number of elements here. Okay, so in that way we can able to define the arrays in our Verilog HTML. Okay, students. Now let us see the parameters. So generally to define the constants, in our Verilog HTML, one of the powerful operator is known as one of the powerful data type is known as a parameter here. This can be defined by using the parameter keyword here. So that means we can assign the constant value to the period. So let us see that. So you suppose if I want to assign the constant value to this period, so simply I can use this value as a parameter. So that can be automatically it can be taken as that value only here in a total program. Okay, that is a useful of the parameter in our Verilog HTML here. Okay, so generally, so all constants can be declared as a parameters at the outset of in Verilog module here. Okay, students. Now let us see that operators. So what are the different types of operators to be used in our Verilog language? So unary operator. So we are using the unary operators can be represented by using the negation of A. Okay, students, and binary operator. The binary operator can be represented as a, so for example, A and B. So this is one of the binary operator. Similarly, ternary operator. So the ternary operator can be represented as the A question mark B colon C. So to know about these operators, we will see the next session. So in the next session, we are completely discuss about the what are the operators in our Verilog language and what are the different classifications of this operator. We will see. Okay, students. In this class, mainly we are focusing about the data types in our Verilog language. Okay, what are the different types of data types in our Verilog language? What are the classifications of the data types? And next one is what are the examples of the different data types here? Okay, students, based upon these data types, this is one of the assignment I'm giving to you. So write a Verilog program to by using the data types. Write a Verilog program by using the data types. So you can take the any type of logical operations for developing this program. You can take the any type of logical operations or any type of digital functions, but you have to use the compulsory. You have to use the data types in your programming language. So this is the assignment for you students. Okay, students. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.